This is a byproduct of incomplete carbon combustion. This pollutant-laden soot also just so happens to be one of the most damaging compounds towards human health, claiming an average of 7 million premature deaths each year. That's more than the number of deaths from war, global health crises, and malaria, all combined. Yet, I'm proud to say that globally, we sequester around 6 billion tons of atmospheric carbon each year. The only problem with this is in that same year, we emit 36. Simply put, we are not keeping up to pace. The more we wait, the more this soot grows, compounding our crisis and defining our deadly imbalance. Enough is enough. Growing up, this issue has always been looming around me, especially since I'm half Punjabi and grew up in Bali, two of the largest agricultural capitals in the world. Fossil fuels in the form of farming equipment, motorbikes, etc., are so embedded into the day-to-day life of most land stewards. These devices have brought so much development in such a short period of time. Farmers value these devices beyond the work they do, as they become symbols of identity and community pride. They're embedded into the natural tapestry of evolution, and taking it away would not come without consequences. This is a photo of my dad's Vespa, and right beside me is my Vespa. These rustic bikes hold a special level of respect here in Asia. The camaraderie and brotherhood between these bike owners is something truly one of a kind. And interestingly enough, this is the way I formulated the idea for my Greenstone. I had a deep understanding of the harmful impact air pollution has on our day-to-day lives. But even more so, I identified with that joy associated with riding old motorbikes. I wanted to address this issue without imposing on other people's passions. From this, I was able to format a process that uses the pollutant as a medium for self-mitigation. I wanted to take that dark, rich color emitted from vehicle exhaust and turn it into an ink. At this stage, I spent my first week in the iHub. Failure after failure, testing and testing with the iHub team's relentless support, until I had a very faint proof of concept that the ink I wanted to make for my Greenstone was actually possible. At this stage, Pak Ram connected me with Arjun, the CEO and founder of Kyrosonics, a clean tech water startup that uses ultrasonic technology to purify drinking water. This word, ultrasonics, is going to be a huge keyword throughout my presentation. The way Green School loves the word sustainability, this word, ultrasonics, will be really special. Arjun was so helpful. And after giving me pivotal advice multiple times, he gave me an internship opportunity here at Kyrosonics. I was able to write multiple papers on foreign market expansion and adaptations to their product to accommodate national regulations on sustainability. I felt like I had come across something I was truly passionate about. But I was worried that my words would be empty, that they'd have no weight. What would have been perfect at this stage would have been to create something like a research paper to really validate my ideas. But at the same time, I knew I didn't want to throw away hundreds of hours working behind my computer on a research paper that no one would probably end up reading. But then somebody decided to give me the opportunity to take a university-level course, and I made a research paper. Improving carbon soot ink, lab modifications for enhanced performance and artistic application. Through multiple experiments, I was able to show a few things. The correlation between ultrasonic waves and the viscosity of ink, the delicate role glycerin plays as a stabilizer, the best fit ratio between solvent and binder, and the enhancement of pigment dyeing provides. I know this is a lot, and Hartley, please stick with me. But I just want to explain to you how cool this process is. When you're presented with a shitload of scattered, uncorrelated data, you're stuck. You create a hypothesis. You test it. You create a new hypothesis. And most of the time, you're still stuck. But after a while, you begin to see a little bit of light at the end of your tunnel. This light turns all of your confusion into clarity. This light is a symbol of being at the forefront of development. So today, I want to share a little bit of that light with all of you by expanding on one of the experiments, the ultrasonic experiment. I set out to prove that the particles in my ink could be reduced by using ultrasonic technology. Since up to this point, my biggest problem was that when I used my ink in a fountain pen, it would always clog the nib. This is a side-by-side comparison of 3 samples collected from the ultrasonic cleanser. One after 0 minutes, no time at all in the ultrasonic cleanser, 60 minutes, and 120 minutes. It's hard to notice any difference from the naked eye, right? Don't worry, neither can I. But thanks to Fiji, a microscopy analysis software, I'm able to adjust this image's threshold, close, inverse, open, and measure the average size of each particle in this sample. The numbers are displayed below. And interestingly enough, the average size increases by quite a lot after 60 minutes. And again, it decreases after another 60 minutes. This graph shows this phenomenon with 28 samples. And with a correlation of 0.39, I'm able to conclude, hey, I might be onto something, bro. Thanks to Ibu Charlotte's careful review, I was able to submit this paper for publication at the Journal of Student Research. With this newfound information, it was now time for me to give back to my community here at Green School. And I went on a little bit of a journey. I started with Ibu Helen, who was guiding our class through natural dyeing. Ibu Putri, who was doing a school event, Bamboo Palooza, wanted to use eco-friendly ink for all her vendors. Ibu Preni, who was teaching a different art medium class. And finally, Pak Ram, who was working with algae coloring. After broadening my horizon with different pigments, it was now time for me to narrow down on what I was pursuing, air pollution. Since up to this point, my work was so tied to academia, I wanted to explore that emotional reaction art elicits out of you in ways that academics fall short. This is where the artists come into play. Thanks to their hard work and keenness on collaborating, we were able to build a group of vibrant artists ranging from parents, alumni, uni students, and art collectives. Our 12 artists, Anru, Zap, Kil, Galang, Bintang, Jesper, Jesmon, Dedepot, Manan, Ashmi, Preni, and Astana Jaya, were so nice to work with, and they really guided the direction of this project. Now, I'd like to share a short video of the artists describing their process.
I want to be so good in what I do that future generation, for example, young kids, young Indonesian kids or young Asian kids, young female Indonesian girls, if one day they will tell their mom and dad, like, hey, mom, dad, I want to be an artist, and then their mom and dad be like, okay, Ru did it, she's doing great, I'm sure the kids can do great as well.
Bisa nggak bayangin hidup kita tanpa tanpa art, tanpa kesenian itu seperti apa? Apakah kita bakal suka, dan kalau menurut saya pasti bakal sangat bosan ya tanpa seni dan kehidupan, dan itu yang menjadi untuk orang apa jadi pendorong untuk dia.
Jadi aku pengen baca desaku gimana 10 tahun ke depan. Jadi aku juga pengen sebagai dukun yang sok-sok meramal gimana desaku 10 tahun ke depan.
Satu pesan yang saya ingin sampaikan adalah teruslah berkarya. Suatu saat karyamu pasti akan dilihat orang.
These artists began working on their illustrations while Binta and I collaborated on our art exhibition, Salam Semesta. We had our first 2 great openings at Bajia Delhi to roll us off. And I felt really touched, no diddy, seeing the artists' hard work being displayed for the first time. As gallery after gallery kept happening, I was running out of soot. This was the foundation of my project. Without this soot, I can't provide the artist with the ink, meaning I'd have to postpone the gallery, or worse, cancel it. It was here I got a message from my classmate Louis. This was the break I needed. The very next day, I went straight to the foundation, which turns out to just be down the road from Green School. They're able to use this pyrolysis machine and turn plastic waste from the surrounding Sibang area into fuel oil. From this interaction, they were able to give me enough soot to sustain my project for the rest of the year. And what really got me was they didn't ask for anything in return. It was confusing, but then when I went there, it all made sense. They're Vespa enthusiasts too, which means they're just good people. Working with a well-established foundation provided me with another unique opportunity. Ganjar Pranowo. Thank you, Pat, for using your platform to spread light on these sustainable initiatives. Soon after this, I was connected with Osham within the Nuanu complex. And after our first meeting, I could tell that there was a genuine drive to support our cause. Meeting after meeting, we built an itinerary of what we thought would be the perfect night. And finally, it was our day. Our quick 8 p.m. check-in the night before turned into 3 a.m. So we went home, shut our eyes for a few minutes, and then came back to welcome our first guest. It was alive, with a live panel discussion, a live dance performance by a 12-man contemporary dance group, 20 paintings by over a dozen artists, live t-shirt printing, and live sets from our 2 DJs, Odan and Alpha Maret. Thanks to painting sales from this event, we were able to raise enough money to buy an air quality monitoring system, which is now currently up at Baja Delhi, feeding live air quality data. With IQR's network, of 40,000 monitors, this is a step in that contribution of making air quality data readily available for everyone. And now, as we come to the end of this presentation, I'd like to give a special thank you to everyone who's bought a t-shirt. It's thanks to you that we could cover all of our layout, transportation, and music costs associated with our galleries. Our t-shirts are still up on display, so if you're somebody that enjoys wearing t-shirts or happens to know somebody that likes t-shirts, please come find me during our intermission. Before we end the presentation, I'd like to just acknowledge all those people that brought this project to fruition. Each one of you is someone who is dedicated, someone who is passionate, someone that just all around is just someone who is. Brian Davis, PhD, Ibu Kate, Pak Benjamin, Pak Andifa, Ibu Sanya, Ibu Charlotte, Pak Ram, Ibu Rai, Ibu Andina, Ibu Mega Arjun. Thank you guys for supporting this project since the beginning. Jess, Maya, Daisy, Mariani, Nick, thank you guys for the venue. Pak Madagusta, Biobus Crew, Pak Nura, Get Plastic Bali, Cairo Sonic, Samsara Studios. Your initiatives were the backbone of this project. Ajik Taram, thank you Om. Koming, Odan, Alpha, Kilang Kilong Crew, Dede Pot, Jesmon, Jesper, Kill, Galang, Zap, Anru. Your talent is what really carried this project. This is my QR code, and I promise I'm not asking you guys for any money. Instead, this will take you to a landing page where you can see all the resources created by this Greenstone. Here, you can access the painting catalogs that are still available, all the supporting initiatives, the research paper, market reports, and much more. Thank you.